President Dickey, members of the faculty, my fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is truly my pleasure to speak on behalf of the graduates for the Leadership for Educational Change program. Shortly before I began my coursework at Bank Street, I transitioned from years of working in independent schools to the challenging work of opening a small New York City public school and beginning to build it out. The school, Quest to Learn, was founded in an attempt to solve the growing problem of student engagement during the transition from elementary school to middle school and onward through high school. In an age when half of urban kids drop out of school, research consistently shows high levels of engagement exhibited by youth in various media platforms. My co-planners and I believed that it is incumbent upon educators to take notice and redirect teaching methods. We wanted to pioneer new models of learning that recognized what it means and what it takes for young people to thrive in a digital world. We had a lot of ideas, but it is a long road from a set of ideas to the creation of something sustainable and successful, particularly when you are working within the confines of a larger bureaucratic system such as the New York City Department of Education. Bank Street, the learning, the relationships, and the support were pivotal to my success as a leader and the subsequent success of the school. Before I began at Bank Street, I had heard much about its reputation and I felt a kinship to its guiding principles and philosophy. Now, after my years here, when I think about what is most precious and most important to me, I am drawn back to these guiding principles, specifically the role of inquiry-based learning, the use of authentic and ongoing assessments, and the importance of student voice in the shaping of what they are learning. Similar to Bank Street, Quest to Learn is about empowering students to thrive as active, creative, and thoughtful citizens in the world. However, the world they live in has changed and keeps changing. Now, more than ever, students need to be empowered to thrive in a connected world. It is a profound and important shift that I believe changes the way teachers need to teach, and in turn, leaders need to lead. The question then becomes how to empower students to thrive in our connected world. A world where they are no longer the consumers of information, but the creators of information. A world where their social relationships, both good and bad, extend far beyond the walls of the school and the hours of a school day. A world where you are no longer confined by geography, but can easily communicate and collaborate with youth on the other side of the earth. How, as educators, can we recognize the transformative power of the moment while remaining responsible for and protective of our students? It is a challenge and one that becomes even more complex when coupled with the current climate of accountability in our schools. There are certainly numerous habits and ways of being that need to be cultivated in order to thrive in our connected world, such as complex problem solving, reflection, flexibility, collaboration, and communication, to name a few. Bank Street has served as a model for many of the structures we have put in place at my school to support this learning. For example, as we all know, a core component of the graduate school at Bank Street is conference group. For me, conference group provided a space to share ideas, test out hypotheses, iterate on policies and procedures, and ultimately build the foundation of a professional network that I am grateful to be a part of. In fact, I was fortunate to be in a group that has continued to meet regularly for 2 years after our last official group meeting. With our advisor, we were encouraged to create a safe space that allowed us to collaborate to solve problems, a space that encouraged us to reflect often, and a space that required we communicate well, even when we disagreed. The importance and power of this structure has informed the way my school works with its groups of students and adults. At Quest, we strive to create a space where all members of the community feel safe and are given enough freedom and flexibility to actively participate and learn. So how do we, as progressive educators, respond to the challenges we will face? The name of the educational leadership program at Bank Street is Leadership for Educational Change. I believe, as with most things at Bank Street, that the title is quite intentional. A degree in leadership for educational change implies that as leaders, we are responsible for paying attention to changes that need to be made to make education relevant and successful for today's learners. That we should not accept the status quo or believe that the system is too big to change. It means that we are responsible for chipping away little by little at a system that we know needs to evolve in order to unlock the transformative power of today's youth as seekers and solvers of complex problems, risk takers, inventors, and visionaries. We need to meet our students and our teachers where they are and ignite their potential now. Thank you, and congratulations to all the graduates.